Hello guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will look at rabbits in forest problem, which is from Leetcode number 781. Let's now read the problem statement. In this problem there is a forest with an unknown number of rabbits. We asked n rabbits how many rabbits have the same color as you and collected the answers in an integer array answers, where answer set I is the answer of the ith rabbit. Given the array answers, return the minimum number of rabbits that could be in the forest. Now let's say the answers is 1, 1, 2. Now in this case, if a rabbit has answered 1, then it means that there is one other rabbit with the same color. So let's say the color of the first rabbit is blue, then there is one more rabbit with the same color. Now if you look at the second rabbit, then it is saying that one other rabbit is with the same color. So I can give it the same color blue, and so these two rabbits can be brought together in a single group, where 1, 1 will be valid for two rabbits, R1 and R2, where they both can be of blue colors. And if you ask the first rabbit how many other rabbits are present with the same blue color, then it will answer 1, and the same goes for R2 as well. Okay, so they will form a single group. Now if you ask the third rabbit, it is saying that there are two other rabbits with the same color. Now let's say, can you assume it to be blue? Well, if you assume it to be blue, then the answers given by rabbit 1 and rabbit 2 will be contradictory, because if rabbit 3 is also blue, then rabbit 1 should have answered 2 instead of answering 1. Okay, even though it looks correct in the other way around, like if you look at R3 and see, are there two other blue rabbits? Yes, that is true, but the other way around is not correct. For R1, if you ask, are there one other rabbit with blue color? No, there are two other rabbits, right? So that will become inconsistent, and that is why if you assume it to be any color, let's say I assume it to be green, then there must be two other rabbits, and since it is not present in the answers array, this means that I did not ask question to those rabbits R4 and R5. Otherwise, if I would have asked them the question, then they would have also given 2 and 2 and not any other value, right, if they belong to the same color as the rabbit 3. So if you get such kind of answer, then you can assume that there are two other rabbits which is not mentioned in the answer set, and so I will be adding +2 extra rabbit count. So already the answer has 3 rabbit count, and if you add +2, then that becomes 5, and that is why the 5 has come here. Okay, now if you look at the second example with the similar reasoning, you can make it out. So if you look at the constraints, then the answers dot length is maximum 1000, that is 10 to the power of 3, and answer set I is less than 1000, but it can go to 0. That means if a rabbit is answering that whatever is my color, let's say the rabbit color R1 is blue, if it is answering 0, means there is no other rabbit with the same blue color, and therefore you have to add +1 to the count, because there is exactly one rabbit. It is a unique a rabbit with a unique color. Okay, so I think the problem statement is clear, and if you want to group the rabbits, then let's assume that the white rabbit count is 5. Therefore, if you ask any white rabbit belonging to this group how many other white rabbits are present, then the answer will always be 4. Okay, so with the answer 4, you can make out that there are 5 rabbits. If the answer set is given as 2, 2, then this means that rabbit 1 is saying whatever is my color, let's say blue color, there are two other rabbits with the same color. Now the second rabbit is saying that whatever is my color, there are two other rabbits with the same color. So I can also assume it to be blue, right? And who are those two other rabbits? One can be the left one, and another one is actually unknown to us. And the same goes for R1. One can be the right one, and another one is unknown. So I need an extra rabbit to actually make this answer consistent and correct. And that is why the rabbit count will be 3 in this case, since we didn't check the answer from the third rabbit. Okay, therefore if we find that the group size is less than answer at I +1, then we need to still add answer at I +1, as we did not ask the question to all the rabbits in the group. Because in this example, if we have 2, 2, then you know that if the first rabbit is saying there are two other rabbits with the same color, then definitely this belongs to a group where the group size is 3. That is for sure. Okay, and since the entire array size is even not 3, then this means there are some rabbits to which you did not ask the question. Fine. So that is why even though you don't see all the count in the answer array, still I have to add this value 3. that I had already shown you in example number 1, which was giving you 1 1 2. So there were two other rabbits to whom we did not ask, and so it got added. Now if I take another example, answer as 2 2 3 3, then in this case the 2 2 can be grouped together, and still I will be requiring one more rabbit, and the 3 3 can be grouped together, and I will require two more rabbits, because the first rabbit is saying there are two other rabbits with the same color. So I can assign the right hand side as 1, and one extra will be required. Same goes for the rabbit 2. But once it comes to rabbit 3 and rabbit 4, they are saying three other rabbits are of the same color. So these are only two. I will require two other rabbits with 3 and 3, so that I will say three other rabbits are of the same color for everybody, right? So in that case, the group size of 2 is 3 and the group size of 3 is 4. Now you will notice that whatever is the answer, if the answer is 2, the group size will always be 2 plus 1. And if the answer is 3, then the group size will always be 3 plus 1. So the group size will always be answer at I plus 1, because the answer is built as the count of other rabbits who are having the exact same color as the one you are asking the question with, right? So if you are asking the question with R1 and it says 4, then there are 4 other rabbits, R2, R3, R4, R5, who have the same color as R1. So if the answer is 4, the total number of rabbits in this group will be 5. I think this is clear. Now once it is clear, let's look at some examples like how to group the rabbits. And in this case, I will be showing you just for equal answers. Now if you have asked 3 rabbits and the answer was equal to 2 2, then in this case you will find that the group size will be 3. You do not require any other extra rabbit. Okay, you can say that the frequency of 2 is 3, and if the frequency of any of the answer is equals to that answer plus 1, then you know it is an entire group. Okay, entire group has been formed. You do not need to add any more rabbit, and so to the rabbit count you will be adding whatever is the answer plus 1, that is 3. So for this case you will get 3 as an answer. If you go to case 2, then here the answer is actually less than the group size. So it is saying 2 comma 2. That means 2 other rabbit have the same color, and this is saying 2 other rabbit have the same color. So if you find the frequency of 2, it is coming as 2 in this case, which is less than 2 plus 1. Okay, which is less than answer at I plus 1. So even if you don't reach to the 2 plus 1 count, still I have to add 2 plus 1 count to this answer, and this will be becoming 3 for sure. Okay, because one extra rabbit is present whom we did not ask. Now let's consider this third example. In this case I have more groups. I don't just have one group, I have two group of rabbits. So in this case the first group is saying, let's say this guy is saying I have two other rabbits with the same color. This guy is saying I have two other rabbits with the same color. This guy is saying I have two other rabbits with the same color. So these three twos will form a single group, and that is fine. When you go to the fourth rabbit, this is saying I have two other rabbits with the same color. Two other rabbits with the same color, right? Now the color can be different, the size of the group is same. So two other rabbits should not be included from the previous group, and you will find that we need extra 2 rabbits. And how to keep track of all this? If you find the frequency of 2 becoming 3 when you move from left to right, as soon as it becomes 3, then I have to add 3 to the count, because a group has ended. And once the group has ended, you can reset the frequency to 0 and again count from left to right. And you will just see that there is a single 2, and so the frequency of this 2 will become 1, and you have ended your entire array. After ending the array, you can check if there are answers for which the frequency count is greater than 0, then this means that some extra elements are required, or some extra rabbits are required to form the group completely. And so how many items will you add here? It will be the key that you have used, which is 2 plus 1 3. Because 2 other rabbits will be required, you just have 1 rabbit, right? So that is how I will be calculating the entire rabbit count. So you can make out that keeping track of the answer versus the frequency will be formed in a KV pair, where the key will be basically your group size that was answered, and the value part will be the frequency of how many such answer rabbits have you seen. Okay, so you can just look at another example where we have unequal answers. So if you look at the first example, it is saying 2. So if you form a KV pair with a group of 2, then the 2 will be having 2 frequency, 3 will be having exactly 1 frequency. Now while parsing, you never reach to 2 plus 1 frequency or 3 plus 1 frequency. So once you are done, you can just parse this entire map and you can check out that the frequency of 2 is greater than 0. This means this group never completed. So to the rabbit count, you can keep a rabbit counter which is 0. You will be adding the value 2 plus 1 which is 3. And when you go to the second entry, you will see that this entry has a frequency greater than 0. This means this group also did not get completed. And if you complete it, it will be 3 plus 1, which will be 4 size. So the answer will be 7 in such case. Okay. Now, if you look at the second example, again, you can follow the same process. And I will be creating a KV pair where the K is the group and the value is the frequency. So when I move from left to right, I can just see that there is a 2 and insert 2 with the frequency 1. When you get another 2, increase the frequency to 2. If the frequency becomes 2 plus 1, that is 3, then the group has ended. Okay. When you reach to 3, then you increment the frequency. Again a 3, increment the frequency. Again you see a 3, increment the frequency to 3. And you see a 2, increment the frequency of 2 to 3. Now as soon as it reaches to 2 plus 1, that is 3, key plus 1, then to the rabbit count you can simply add this value 3. And you can remove this entry altogether, or you can reset it to 0 so that a new group with the same group answer can be started to be counted. Okay. So here the rabbit count will be 3 after parsing the entire array. But is it actually 3? Well, there was another group where we never reached to account 3 plus 1, which is 4. So you have to parse this map and check out for the keys where the value is greater than 0. The first one is not greater than 0. That means this will not be added. This will not be accounted for. And if this key 3 is having a frequency greater than 0, then that means this group has not been completed yet. And so if you complete this group, the elements will be 3 plus 1. So just add 3 plus 1. And the answer will be 7 in such case, right? So you can see that both the examples have the same answer. Basically, I am revealing more rabbits here. And I had revealed less rabbit in the first example. So we need to solve for each of the unique answers separately. That means each of the unique answers, in the sense 2 is a unique answer and 3 is a unique answer. All the unique elements have to be answered separately, and that we are doing using a hash map. Now let's see a dry run of this entire approach. So I will be starting with 2 and the frequency of 2 will be set to 1. I will be keeping a rabbit counter which will be tracking the total number of rabbits according to the given answers. Now when I see another 2, the frequency will become 2. When I see a 3, the frequency of 3 becomes 1. When I see another 3, frequency of 3 becomes 2. When I see a 0, this means this is a unique rabbit with a unique color. And so no other rabbit has the same color. So I can immediately add a 1 for this count because this group is already containing one rabbit, which is itself. And so I can increment the counter. And I can move on. When I see a 2, increment the frequency to 3. Now, as soon as you reach to a frequency which is equals to a group answer plus 1, which is key plus 1, then this means you can add 3 to this and you can write 4 because this group is done. If you take 2, 2 and this 2, then you can form this as a single group where all of these rabbits can have the same color, right? And after doing this, I can either remove this entire entry or I can reset this entry to 0. Which will be saying that I haven't seen any of such items, right? And when I move forward to 2, again I can increment the frequency. Again I will increment the frequency, and when I see the third time, I again increment. So now this 3 equals to 2 plus 1. So again one group has been completed. So add this value and this becomes 7. Okay, 7. And again reset this value to 0 and you are done parsing the array. Once you are done parsing the array, you have to check in the group, is there any answer for which the frequency is not 0, it is greater than 0. This means that we haven't completed that group. And if we haven't completed that group, which happened for this 3, then this means I did not get all the rabbits. I did not ask all the rabbits in this group. So how many rabbits will be in this group? It will be 3 plus 1. So simply add 3 plus 1 and that will give you 11. And that is how we can solve this entire problem, right? So if the answer is 0, add 1 count as it is a unique rabbit. I hope it is clear. So the time complexity of this approach is order of n and the space complexity is order of n. Let's now look at the code. If you are someone who is looking to prepare for top product based company within a limited time of just 3 months, then we have brought for you both the DSA and the system design live interview training program. The most important feature of this program is you get a filtered and condensed structured curriculum, in-depth discussion of all the topics, and my guarantee of your understanding, one-on-one guidance with me, and live weekend classes. To know more about the training, you can WhatsApp us on this given number. In this problem, we are given the answers array. I'll be finding the size of the answers and taking the group frequency map and initializing the rabbit count to 0. Now I will be iterating through all the answers one by one, and I will be inserting all the elements and counting the full group elements in this case. Full group means whenever the key has a value which is equals to key plus 1, then a group has been completed. Okay, all those will be added here. So if the answer is 0, this means it is a unique element and you just add that rabbit count by 1. Okay, there is no other rabbit with the same color. Otherwise, if that is not the case, then we will increment the frequency for the given answer, and if the frequency reaches to key plus 1 value, then I will be adding to my counter the key plus 1, which is the answer plus 1 size as the group size, and I will be resetting the entire frequency to 0. You can also write here an erase function to remove the entire entry altogether, right? After doing this entire process, maybe there will be some groups which were incomplete, so I have to complete them, because a group can be present which has only one rabbit answering 3. That means there must be 3 other rabbits which I did not ask for that group, and that has to be accounted for. So if I iterate through the entire KV pair list, and if I find that anyone has a frequency greater than 0, this means it is an incomplete group, because if it was complete, then it must have been 0 set here, right? And if it is incomplete, then I will be adding whatever was the answer plus 1, which is the group size. Okay, and finally we will return the counter. I think this approach is clear. If you still have any doubt, then feel free to comment below and I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of these programming videos. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.